What is the most important gift that you can give to yourself that will not only affect your life, but it will affect every relationship that you're in? And that is the gift of unconditional self-acceptance. What is all this about? Self-acceptance is when you are able to embrace every aspect of yourself, your positive traits and your negative traits. You know, it's easy to celebrate yourself when you win an award, when you get a new job, when you do things right. But what about when you have those undesirable traits? What if you have an ugly side? Maybe there's a dark side to you. And being able to acknowledge the fact that you have that side, that is the starting point. You have to know where you're at in order to know where you're going. To get in that journey of self-development, you definitely need to know your negative traits. You need to know what is it that are your flaws. And knowing that, when you know what your shortcomings are, and it is an eye-opening experience. Most of the time, people get very upset. They get very frustrated. They get mad at themselves. But self-acceptance does not mean that you condone those behavior. I have many clients who will tell me, I made a huge mistake. I mistreated my parents. I yelled at my kids. I did something wrong. I oppressed my spouse. Whatever it is not about condoning that behavior. It's not about accepting the fact that that was a good behavior. It is recognizing that this is a part of you that needs to change. And when you start having self-acceptance, you're not condoning the negative behavior. You see your behavior as separate from yourself. And when you recognize that, you know you're able to make changes within yourself. When you have low self-esteem, it is very evident that it can lead to a lot of mental health issues, whether it's depression or anxiety and other issues. But when you have a high self-acceptance, right? When you have that unconditional self-acceptance, it actually serves as a buffer. It's a protective layer and for laying the foundation of a positive mental health. So this is why it is so critical. You give yourself a gift of accepting yourself. Now, how can you recognize if you actually accept yourself? I have clients telling me time and time again that they can't accept themselves. They can't even begin to accept themselves. So what does self-acceptance look like? There are many aspects, but one is when you look in the mirror, are you able to accept yourself as you are? I can understand you may not be happy with where you are. Maybe you have certain goals, but it means recognizing yourself, not beating yourself up just because you don't look a certain way. Accepting the fact that your past, your family, your opportunities, it's so critical to recognize that everything happened for a reason. And Allah, in His infinite wisdom, chose certain people to be in your family. I know we all have challenging family members, and it's very difficult for people to come to terms with that. They may just spend their entire life thinking, why is this person so unreasonable? Why are they so negative? Why are they so narcissistic? Whatever the traits may be. And because we don't come to terms, we don't come to that acceptance, we have a very hard time building relationship. So it is about recognizing the people in our lives, recognizing our even limitations, what we can do and what we can't do. Coming to terms with that is such a critical part of living a fulfilled life. So if you want to give yourself the gift, the most important gift as far as being in your best version, and which will affect every relationship that you have, I want you to build this self-acceptance. And the big question is how, right? How do you do it? And that's why I established my mentorship program, which is called the Mindful Hearts Academy. And you can go to halehbanani.com under courses, and you will find a step-by-step. It is a step-by-step approach. I hold your hand through it, and you can really learn how to have that self-acceptance. So if you have a wife, you have a sister, you have a friend who may be struggling, and maybe they're in a really bad place right now, I want to help you get over that. I want you to get to a point where you can truly accept yourself. And once you accept yourself, you'll be able to accept your parents, you'll be able to accept your spouse, your kids, and other people. So it all begins with self-acceptance. So why don't you join in halehbanani.com under courses, the Mindful Hearts Academy, where you can learn to have unconditional self-acceptance. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.